Oh, hey millionaires in the making. Welcome back to another episode of This Time Next Year We'll Be Millionaires. I'm Remi Oduyemi, your guide on this rollercoaster ride from $0 to $1 million. Today, get ready for some real talk, insights, a dash of inspiration, and of course, the numbers game. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast and the vlog. So if you watch on YouTube, hello. I'm here today with my lovely friend Debs, who's going to introduce herself in a minute because this is how unprepared I am. And I've said on this podcast I was going to invite some guests to come along and ask me questions about this $1 million a year journey that I'm on, particularly coming from their perspective in the world. And Debs is an NLP coach. And practitioner, and well, do you know what? Introduce yourself. Let's do that because I'm going to stuff it up. Over to you.
That's what you're nearly there. I mean, I am trained in NLP, but I'm also an NLP trainer. So when I coach, I use NLP techniques because I'm a master of NLP.
She's the master.
I am the master.
So I'm not going to ask Debs any questions because Debs is very kindly come to do this and I'm not prepared to ask Debs any questions, but Debs is going to fire some questions at me and we've not discussed these questions, have we? So I'm going to be answering on the fly and hopefully this is entertaining for you all.
Well, I will pre-frame this a little bit.
Yeah, go, please do.
Because when you answer these questions, I want you to answer the first thing that comes into your mind. Okay. So, you know when you're on Tinder, and you can either swipe left or right and you go left. What we often do when we get something in our mind is we swipe it away because we think it's the wrong answer. But usually it's the first thing that comes up in your mind that's the right answer.
All right, so go with the first answer.
Go with the first answer,
even if it's embarrassing and mortifying.
Yes.
I can edit it out.
You can edit it. That's the beauty of video.
All right. So, okay, I will promise to go with the first answer.
We're going to talk about next year. Next year, Rodney will be millionaires, right?
All right, Del boy. All right.
So, what's the purpose of you wanting to do this experiment?
Great question, Debs. So, the purpose for me of doing this big experiment is fun, because this is the year I've decided to do much more fun in my life and this feels like a really fun thing to do. Also, it's a really big challenge which is pushing me out of all of my comfort zones with a very big figure and goal to hit. But I like challenging myself and not coasting and not just doing things easily. And I think if we dig a bit deeper in terms of the real purpose, my dog wants in on the action. Hi. The real purpose is I want the money.
Yeah.
I want the money because the money is going to allow me to do so much more in my life, in my journey, in my business, for my family. We want to foster, we want to adopt, we need a bigger house. The dog is desperately trying to get into my arms. And so that's the real deep purpose, I think.
Nice.
Yeah. Life-changing money.
So what specifically is usually your comfort zone?
In terms of what business?
Yeah.
Low ticket offers. That's where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable with selling things to people under $100 because it's an easy sell. But the reason I also do that is because A, it helps my audience where they are, but B, because it kind of gives people an introduction to working with me, and often those people that buy at a lower ticket eventually upgrade and buy higher ticket things and kind of go on that customer journey with me. So I'm really comfortable selling low ticket stuff, which is why me now creating a high ticket offer is like massively pushing me out of my comfort zone and making me have to ask for big sums of money and to deliver on that at a high standard. So yeah, I'm really out of my comfort zone. Is that a good answer?
Yeah, I like it. Are you outside your comfort zone or just stretching it?
Oh no, I'm like leaps and bounds outside of my comfort zone. I'm very uncomfortable.
So what's the most uncomfortable thing that you're finding doing all of this at the moment?
I suppose it's going to be actually deciding on the right thing. Like, I think I've decided on the right thing, but I think it's more about... Right. Ask me the question again, because I forgot. I can't remember what the question is. What did you... What the fuck was the question? Dear fucking God. Right. What was the question?
What was the question?
Was it...
Oh, are you stretching your comfort zone? Are you out of it? Outside of it?
Yeah, no, yes. No, it was, the question was about what am I finding, was it finding hard in the or something? Because
what are you finding challenging about? What are you finding challenging that's taking you out of your comfort zone?
Okay, so it's it's building the right offer or creating the right offer that A, gives people a win and a fantastic result, which for me then validates me putting that high price tag on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I need to create something that's so good that it works and people get the result. And within that, like creating something brilliant, which I think the product I'm creating is that, but also without killing myself. And what I mean is like giving too much. And that's always been my problem, in that I'm an overgiver and I give too much, even in my low ticket things. And so I need to really protect how much I put into this and how much of I give to myself to this, because I am going to be a part of this in terms of, you know, whether it's weekly calls or fortnightly calls, giving my time, serving, answering, and not burning myself out.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that that's my biggest worry, and not actually making the $1 million? Like, because for me, my brain, I've made the $1 million. Mentally, I see myself in a year's time, like, I've made $1 million.
And that's why it's not something that's coming up. Because you're already there.
I'm there. Like, I've done it.
Yeah. So, let me ask you this then. With the picture that you've got of you being mentally there, do you have a picture, by the way?
I tell you what I have a picture of. I have a picture of the in my bank account, I've created a separate bucket for any money I earn. It's all going in there, and I'm not going to touch it at all. Mm-hmm. The picture I have in my mind is of it saying £775,000, which is the conversion of $1 million roughly. Yeah. That's so I see 700. I see that image in my mind in my bank account.
Okay, so what has
is that mad, by the way?
No, that's a good thing. So when you're thinking of that picture, are you looking at yourself through your own eyes, or really you're looking at yourself in the picture?
Well, I don't even see. All I just see is my bank account. So I don't.
So it's you looking through your own eyes at your bank account, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Is that weird?
Well, it is. The thing is, though, the unconscious mind, if you're looking through your own eyes, can often imagine that it's already there, so might still get distracted along the way. So are you okay if we kind of shuffle things around a little bit so that your unconscious mind goes, actually, no, I've still got to work for this thing?
Yes.
Okay. So when you think about that picture and you're looking through your own eyes, what are you saying to yourself?
I fucking did it.
Excellent.
Is that a good answer?
Yes.
I fucking did it.
What are you hearing?
Literally, what am I hearing?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Like, I think nothing. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's going to be a moment when my daughter's at school and I log into the bank account and there's 775,000 and it's just quiet. Like, I'm in a calm, quiet house. There's no music playing. It's just quiet.
Nice.
That's what I can't hear anything.
Love it. And what are you feeling?
I'm feeling like a bad bitch. I'm feeling like I'm going to go and open Rightmove and start looking for my big house I'm going to buy. No, my bum's actually going to be probably squeaking a bit because I'm also thinking of the massive amount of tax I'm going to have to pay on that money. But I'm also kind of okay with that. Like, I know a big chunk of that's going to the tax man. But what's left is still more than enough to do what we want to do. Yeah. So like, I'm really happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what has to happen before that moment? Like 5 minutes before that moment, maybe?
What, for me to...
For you to have that picture, what has to happen 5 minutes before?
5 minutes before?
Yeah. Or just before, for you to know that that's the final picture, that it's happened.
That the 200th person has just made a purchase from me.
Okay, and how do you know that that's happened?
Because I'm going to get a Stripe payment that comes through on my email
we go.
that says so-and-so just purchased, and I'm going to know, because I'm mentally counting every penny,
Good.
that is the 200th person, which means I've hit my goal.
And do you have a picture of that?
I do now.
Good.
I have a picture of the Stripe email. I do.
Good, I love it. Does that have any sounds with it?
Yeah, a ka-ching sound.
I like it.
Always ka-ching. Every time I have a Stripe payment come through on my phone, I used to physically have the ka-ching sound, but on my new phone, it's not allowing me to put the sound to the Stripe thing.
Right.
But in my mind, every time I see a Stripe payment, I hear the sound go ka-ching.
I like it.
Like a cash register sound.
I love it. And so, if you hear the ka-ching, what are you feeling?
I'm feeling on top of the world, like I've just got to the top of a mountain. You walk mountains. It's like when you get to the top and you're like, I did it. I'm bloody, like, euphoric.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, like, this is the moment, like, things change.
Yeah. And is that what you're saying to yourself as well? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, are you looking through your own eyes in that picture, or are you looking at yourself in the picture?
I think, again, looking through my own eyes.
Okay, so what I want you to do is step out of your own body so that you're looking at yourself in the picture. You can either look from behind or look from the side. It's entirely up to you.
The side's working for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
And so I'm seeing myself holding the phone. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Holding the phone. Read the Stripe, and I'm...
Good. Now, because you're looking at yourself in the picture, your unconscious mind knows that you've not completed that yet.
Yeah.
But it also is in the motion to be able to complete it. It knows it's got to complete it now because it's looking at you doing it. Which is good.
So anything like I'm visualizing towards the end is really good for me to look at it with me outside, looking at myself in that moment. That's where I want to position my thoughts and my brain to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, mate, that's a gem.
So
that's a gem.
Then the next thing I want you to think about is the where are you now and what have you got to do? You don't have to answer. Well, you answer it verbally because the people listening might want to hear the answer. But where are you now and what do you have to do to get to that point?
So where I am now is I am just about to start building out the offer. Like I've got, as you can see, there's papers everywhere. This is my brain at work. But the idea has been formulated, and I'm now in the build phase. So I want to build most of it, so that it's done. And at the end of the month, I'm meeting with a copywriter, and we're going to do the sales page, and then for April is the month where I start marketing and promoting this and getting the first buys in. So the 1st of May is launch day, and I'm hoping to get... I'm going to visualising myself getting 50 buyers at the first launch.
Yeah, nice.
And it starts May the 1st. I start delivering this on May the 1st. Awesome.
So... Is it just you and only you that's responsible for getting this? That's responsible for you getting this?
Yeah.
Good.
I feel like it's the wrong answer.
No, it's absolutely the right answer. If you'd have said it was down to somebody else as well, then I'd be like, oh no, we have work to do, Remi.
No, it's all me, which does make it challenging and scary at the same time. But yeah, absolutely, responsibility is me to do this. Like, no one's coming to save me. No one else is going to do this. Yeah, it's me.
And is there anything that would stop it from happening?
If I got ill, really ill, you know, if something extraordinary happens in life, you know, my daughter gets sick or I get sick. Otherwise, no. Like I'm really purposefully moving distractions and things out of the way to make sure this is my focus and that I can deliver this, that it's good, that people pay for it, they get their results. So no, I don't, other than like ill health or a death or something, no.
So is there anything that you could put in place that if those things were to happen, things would still carry on?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, once the course program thing that I'm building is done, that essentially could run on its own, but I think there needs to be support there. And I have got 1 or 2 people in mind who could come in and act as a coach, you know, with my instructions to be me if needed. So, yeah.
See, that's good. Had you thought about that before?
I had, yeah.
That's good.
But I hadn't really deeped it, you know, in case of like something, you know, obstructs the path. I hadn't really thought about it too deep, but I did think, there's a couple of people I know who could do it and would step in.
Good. Yeah. So are you ready to put your goal into your future timeline?
I'm ready.
Excellent.
I am ready.
Because we all have a timeline. Each one of us has a timeline. So I'm going to ask you the question and I want your unconscious mind to answer. And I think you've been pretty good at this up to now anyway.
Thank you.
So if I were to ask your unconscious mind where your past is, it could be anywhere around your body, up, down, side, back to front, anywhere. So if I were to ask your unconscious mind where your past is, where would you point? In your throat? Okay. And if I were to ask where the future is, where would you point?
Where's the future? Oh, I want to go to my knee.
Okay.
I don't know why.
That's okay. Your timeline can be anywhere. And
past, future.
Is this past or is this present here?
Probably more present, actually.
That's why I'm asking the question.
Yeah, probably more present.
Just ask your unconscious mind where your past is.
Oh, now I've gone to the back of the head.
Okay. So if you think about the past and the future and an imaginary line joining them together, you could imagine that happening.
Between the past, yes.
And do you want to move the present out of your throat? Or do you want it there?
I've always had a thing about my throat. Even in therapy, my throat would always come up. I feel like, no, I think the present needs to stay there.
Okay.
Like, and there's something to do with it being my voice and using my voice. There's something, this came up for me in therapy about my throat. I think the present needs to stay there. I feel that really strongly.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to get out because you're coughing and usually clearing your throat means that there's something that's missing? Just ask your unconscious mind what's missing at this moment.
Something to do with what you said about drawing the line between the past and the future and not knowing what that line is going to do or how that's going to help me.
Okay, it's an imaginary line.
I know.
So, and the more you travel on your timeline, the more that the line can change and develop and advance with times that you go on it. So, this is your first time on your timeline.
Yeah, it is.
So, do you want to make sure that you're in a comfy position, that you can close your eyes, make sure your feet are on the floor, and you're as relaxed as you can possibly be?
I'm just going to open the door because it's bloody hot in here.
It is warm in here.
Let's hope the dogs don't start barking. All right.
So, I want you to imagine, just make a connection with that timeline. And just imagine yourself floating up above your timeline. And remember, your mind is a powerful thing, so you can imagine whatever you want to. So imagine floating up above your timeline. And I want you to go out into the future to the time when you see that 5 minutes before the goal actually happening, to that moment. And float above that point on the timeline. Are you nice and high, nice and safe? Yeah? And I want you to do 3 powerful, energetic breaths into that picture so that it glows up, if you like. So take a deep breath in and breathe into the picture. Breathe in again. Last powerful breath. Good. And then just watch it drop like a leaf floating in the wind into your timeline. And as you look back towards now, just notice everything shuffling around and organising itself into place so that this actually happens.
Oh, that feels beautiful.
Yeah, good. And just check that a little minute afterwards to make sure that the other thing happens straight away afterwards. Just check that that's going on. Good. And then float back to now and float back into now and come back into the room.
Float back into myself.
There you go.
Lovely.
You've got your goal and your future timeline now.
I've got it like I can see it lodged in my future. The image there. Locked in. It's locked in. Oh, Debs, that was amazing.
You're welcome.
Oh my God. Well, I've never done NLP before, so this has been bloody, or as you would say, fucking fabulous.
Fucking fabulous, mate.
Oh my goodness. Debs, where can people find you?
You can find me as at Coach Andy Debs on TikTok and on Insta.
Yep.
Debra Staniforth with a capital R.
I will link all her details.
On Facebook and on LinkedIn.
Tickety
Talk at Coach Andy Debs.
I will put her details in the notes.
Thank you.
So please go and check out the wonderful Debra.
Debra.
And I just had my first NLP and it was really cool. And I know that this is going to help some of you. And if you're interested in learning about NLP, how it can help you, if you want to become a practitioner, this is the lady you need to check out. And I will drop all of her details. If you watch on YouTube, I'll drop it in the description. And if you're listening on podcast, I will drop it in the show notes. Thanks, Debs.
You're welcome.
Do you want to show the camera Dinky? Because they need a little dose of Dinky doos. Look.
You've got to have a dose of Dinkles.
He's left me in.
It's my little cuddle bunny today.
I think he secretly loves her more than me.
He doesn't, but when I'm here, it's just a different person.
He's an arsehole.
Look how cute he looks.
And that's where we're going to end this week's episode. Thanks for watching and listening. Bye. Hey friends, so that's the end of the episode. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you. But just very quickly, if you want to follow this journey in real time and have conversations with me, why don't you come and join the free hub? Go to www.onlinebusinesstemple.com/hub. HUB, and we can hang out. We got a little forum in there. You can find all of the podcasts, all of the YouTubes, and I can't wait to see you.